Before I tell you the single habit that separates people who achieve extraordinary things from people who only dream about them, let me first walk you through the most dangerous lie that has ever been told about success. Because this lie is living inside your head right now, and until you name it and destroy it, nothing else I say will matter. The lie is this: that the people who build remarkable lives feel like building them. That somewhere out there, the high performers, the consistent producers, the people whose discipline looks effortless from the outside, that they wake up every day fired up and eager and overflowing with the motivation that makes the hard work feel easy. That they have access to a feeling you do not. That if you just found the right trigger, the right system, the right source of inspiration, you would finally feel like doing the things you know you need to do. That lie has cost you more than you can calculate. And today, it ends. Because before I show you what discipline actually looks like, not the romanticized version, the real one, let me walk you through 3 people whose relationship with discipline demolished everything conventional wisdom says about motivation, mood, and what it actually takes to build something that lasts. Think about Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians in history. A man whose work ethic is so legendary in the entertainment industry that it has its own name: the Seinfeld strategy, the chain method, the idea of never breaking the chain. What most people do not know is where that system came from. It came from a period in his career when Seinfeld was not yet famous, when he was a young comedian who understood with absolute clarity that the only way to become great at his craft was to write jokes every single day. Not when he felt inspired, not when the material was flowing. Every day. He bought a large wall calendar and a red marker, and each day he wrote new material, he put a big red X over that date. After a few days, he had a chain. His only job then was to not break the chain. Not to be brilliant, not to feel motivated, just to not break the chain. That system, born not from inspiration, but from the cold, practical recognition that mood is an unreliable engine, produced one of the most successful comedy careers in the history of television. Not because every day was brilliant, because every day happened. Now, think about Jocko Willink, a retired Navy SEAL commander who led the most decorated special operations unit in the Iraq War, and who has since built one of the most listened to leadership and discipline platforms in the world. Every morning, without exception, Jocko wakes at 4:30 and posts a photograph of his watch to social media. Not as a performance, as accountability. As the daily, public, undeniable evidence that the discipline is real and not theoretical. He has said in interview after interview that discipline is not something he feels, it is something he has decided. That the alarm goes off and his body does not want to get up, and he gets up anyway. Not because he loves the cold darkness of 4:30 in the morning, because he has made the decision so far in advance that the mood at the moment of waking is irrelevant. The decision was already made. All that is required of the body is to honor it. He calls this ownership. The moment you stop waiting to feel disciplined and start choosing to be it. And that ownership, practiced daily across a military career and beyond, produced a human being whose capacity for sustained high performance under pressure is almost without parallel. And think about Serena Williams. 23 Grand Slam singles titles. The most dominant tennis player of her generation by almost any statistical measure. What the trophies do not show, what the highlight reels never capture, is the training. Specifically the training on the days she describes as the ones she did not want to be there. Serena has been remarkably candid about the fact that there were training sessions she attended not because she was driven and passionate and unable to imagine being anywhere else, but because she had made a commitment to the standard. And the standard did not take days off because her mood had. She has talked about arriving at practice feeling flat, feeling heavy, feeling the specific fatigue of a body and mind that had given everything in recent weeks and were not sure they had more to give. And training anyway. Drilling the same strokes, the same footwork, the same patterns of play. Not because they felt productive in the moment, but because she trusted that the repetition was building something her mood could not evaluate from inside the session. The discipline did not depend on the feeling. The feeling, eventually, followed the discipline.
So here's what those three people know that most people spend their lives trying to feel their way into, instead of decide their way into. Discipline is not a feeling. It is not a state you enter when the conditions are right. It is a decision, made once, honored repeatedly, immune to the daily fluctuations of mood and energy and enthusiasm that will always, always, always vary. The person who waits to feel disciplined is the person who is perpetually about to start. The person who decides to be disciplined is the person who is always already in motion. And here is the practical truth about how this works in your own life. Your mood is going to be bad some days. Your energy is going to be low. Your enthusiasm is going to be absent. Your body is going to lobby loudly and persuasively for the comfortable option. This is not a personal failing. It is biology. It is the predictable, inevitable, completely manageable reality of being a human being with a nervous system designed to conserve energy. The question is not whether the mood will be bad. It will be. The question is whether you have built the decision far enough in advance that the mood does not get a vote. Discipline over mood. Not as a slogan, as a daily, operational, non-negotiable policy. Not when you feel like it, because you decided to. Every day, starting today. Share this with someone who has been waiting to feel motivated before they start. Subscribe to Motivation Daily. We show up every day not because we always feel like it, but because you deserve consistency. Drop a comment and tell me, what is the one discipline you are choosing over your mood starting right now? Name it. The change starts today. Let's go.